background to shut up. Shh. Shh. Welcome to GN Techtronics, aka GN Tech. My name is Mike, and this amazing show is where we review nothing but, you guessed it, tech and gadgets, and just about anything cool or unique that we can think of to get our hands on. You know, things that your viewers would love to buy, but don't exactly know how it works, and you just want to get a feel of it before you buy it. Now, I know you're thinking, you know, just another review channel, blah, 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 what's so special about this? What really makes this channel cool is that everything that we review here, we're gonna give away to our viewers for free. Well, at least one of them. What? No, you heard correctly. We're gonna give away everything. But don't worry about that right now. I'm gonna tell you more about that later. So in today's episode, we're reviewing a DVR Dash Cam. Now, I find the dash cam has proven itself to be a very useful piece of equipment for motor vehicle operators, especially when handling insurance claims, and considering the taxmen that are in Jamaica, I'd say you need to have one of these in your car. Need. Now, I picked up this from Amazon. The link will be in the description below, along with the link for the MicroSD card that we picked up as well. Now, we paid about $40 for the two items, and we shipped them straight here to Jamaica. On that note, shout out to one of our sponsors, Ship with Pro Couriers, Jamaica's #1 customer first shipping company. Now you can check them out at www.shipwithpro.com, but for the lazy people like myself, I put a link in the description below. Okay, so let's talk about this dash cam, finally. Alright, so today we're going to review the Pathinglek Full HD dash cam car. So for those of you that don't know the difference between Full HD and Ultra HD, Full HD has a resolution of 1920 by 1080p, and Ultra Definition would have a resolution of 3840 by 2160p. So it has 170 degrees wide angle, it has a G-Sensor lock, super night vision, loop recording, WR technology, and we'll get into all that in a few. Alright, so get it open up here. Alright, so I'm gonna put this one aside for now. Alright, so this is the camera. So the package is supposed to include the camera, the charger, which is like a car charger, suction cup, white, an adhesive mount, and the user manual. So the camera is pretty light. Get rid of that. Yeah, it's pretty light. What is this? I don't know what's that. I don't know. But it pretty much looks like a traditional camera. I'm guessing this is where you would attach the mount, and there's a mic up here. I don't know, this is a slot for the memory card right here. Some toggle buttons, and can this move? No, I guess not. It'd be really cool if it could move though. Let me see what it says. Okay, so it says digital video recorder, blah blah blah, wide angle lens, 2.0 full HD WDR. Yeah, whatever that means. I have no idea what that means. So yeah, let me just let you see that. So this is the camera. Like I said, it's pretty small. The dimensions is 3.4 by 2 by 1.4 inches. So yeah, 3.4 by 2 by 1.4. I think actually the 2 looks more like this. No, 1.4 looks. I don't know. Who cares? Who gives a crap? All right. So yeah, there's that. Let's see what else is in here. Trash. Right. So this is the car charger. And the cable looks pretty long. I'd say this can actually maybe be run along the dashboard, probably hidden. I know some people, when they install certain things in the car, they like to run the wiring in such a way that it's hidden. And I don't know, this is pretty long. I'm gonna have to measure this. How long is this? Jesus. It's all tangled and shit. I don't know. Wow. How do you package something tangled? How does that make sense? Spend my first 5 minutes untangling it. This makes no sense. Car charger, people. This is the car charger. Yeah. All right. What else is in here? We've got a USB thing. So I'm guessing you can alternate between using the car charger while you're in the car and manually plugging it in to get a charge. I don't know. It's a bit odd for me, but there's an additional USB cable here for what I don't know. It's a little bit short. I guess maybe if you wanted to have, I really don't know why this is there. I don't know. We'll figure it out. This is the Adhesive Mount. So I'm guessing this kind of slots right here. Okay, let's try it out the way. There we go. That seems like it fits a little better. The mount feels a bit flimsy to me, if you ask me. Like, I don't know if you can see that. It's just, like the camera over like the weight of the camera, despite the camera being so light. I don't know. Did I get a bad mount? I'm hoping that all the mounts are like this. This feels very the traction thingy right here. I don't know. Okay. Simon says stay still. Well, it stays still. But let's say I'm driving and I hit a bump. Oh, there you go. It would literally just duly noted. This is actually a cause for concern because I feel like this should be like the sturdiest part of the entire setup, and it's just so. I'm hoping there's a way to like tighten that. I don't know. Ladies, hit me up. Let me know how you tighten things. All right. Well, here's another one. So we got two. So this is the Adhesive Mount, and this is the suction cup. Why? The suction cup. Why? Oh God, we're not going to be able to talk about this at all, are we? All right. So this secondary mount. That's what I'm going to call it. A secondary mount. That doesn't sound much better, but at least this one has a little bit more friction to it, for want of a better word. And so I'm guessing if we go ahead and, which way would we, I don't know. So I'm trying to think about where it would be in the car. Okay, so I can set this up like that. But if you're doing this, it would have to go on like glass, right? So it more be like this. And I'm guessing kind of like this. Okay, I could see how that could work. So we're more than likely going to use this one. I don't know what happened with this thing. I'm guessing this is supposed to be like adhesive where you put on a dashboard and you go bam, but this is ridiculous. I think we got a defective mount, clearly. All right, so let me just run through a bit of the features real quick before we hit the road with it. card. Alright, so it comes with a lot of good features, and essentially we have what they call, let's start with the WR technology. So the WR technology is suitable for situations where you have really low light or backlight. The WR is able to restore the true colors of objects to the greatest extent. It's supposed to have anti-theft motion detection. So when the camera is in standby mode, the dash cam will detect whether or not there is any movement or a moving object in and around the area of the car and start recording. So let's say you have it up on your dashboard and yeah, you know, some unscrupulous person that walk by the car. I mean, it's obviously going to pick up any and everybody that walks by the car, not just these friends, family, random people walking. But I mean, it's still not a bad feature to have, because you could most likely, and I'm thinking, what I'm thinking is, if I park my car, I would turn the camera to face inside the car, primarily the driver's side, obviously, and so that if somebody was supposed to enter the car, it would pick them up. The challenge with that is, here's my challenge with that. If I'm a thief and I get into the car and I see this, I'm destroying this. Is there like I think a decent feature is, I'm wondering if there's a feature where it actually uploads like a cloud. So it uploads the footage to a cloud. If it does that, then I'm all good. But if there's no automatic uploading of footage, which I guess would require some connection to data or Wi-Fi or something of the sort, then the feature is kind of left wanting a bit, if you ask me. So there's loop recording. Loop recording creates video clips automatically, overwriting the oldest file to save the current file. I mean, with a 32 gigabyte memory card, you won't have too much need for a loop recording, but in the event that you've done so much footage driving around the place, and I mean, a lot of your footage will be redundant, because if you have most people use this for like insurance claims. So, you know, there might be an accident or something, and this is what you have on hand to say, hey, listen, I had on my indicator, this guy overtook, he did some crap, he did some garbage, the taxman broke up on me. It's always a taxman. There's always some taxman involved in the accident. So, yeah, you might end up taking hundreds of footage each and every day when you're driving. And as such, the loop recording feature will kick in where the oldest video taken, so let's say, I'm not sure how much footage we can do on 32 gigabytes worth of space, but let's say we could do a month's worth of footage of daily driving on this. When you get to the next month, it will start erasing each day's footage, starting from the earliest date back up to the most recent. That makes sense? Yeah, should make sense. Alright, so there's a built-in G sensor, which basically captures unexpected driving incidents and saves a video during collision. Alright, so remember I said that there's loop recording. Now, if the camera detects a collision, it should store the video in a separate folder that won't get erased. So you shouldn't have to worry about important footage being erased. But I mean, common sense would dictate that, you know, if you have an accident on a particular day, you get home, you providing you're still alive. Wow. You scrub the footage and you put it in a safe place, like on your laptop or your phone, on your external drive, something like that, because you're going to need it for insurance claim. They say the one thing that the dash cam has in store is excellent night vision. So it does very well under low light conditions. So we're gonna charge this thing up. Is there power on this? Can we power it on? Where's the power button? Okay, here's the power button. Let's see if it actually. So there's some other toggle buttons over here. I see OK, M, lock screen. I don't know. I'm trying to power it on. Maybe there's no. It's supposed to have an internal battery as well that can self-run itself. Is that grammatically correct? The internal battery can keep it powered for how long, I'm not sure, but we'll figure that out in a minute. But yeah. So we're just going to take it on test. It's not turning right now. I suspect it needs to be charged. Sometimes these stuff comes with a little bit of charge on them, so you can at least turn it on and look at it, but there's nothing here now. So, yeah, we're going to test it out. So I'm going to show you some footage from what we did on the road. We're going to take a drive out on the streets. And yeah, stick around. Here's a word from our sponsors. Alright, so we're in the car. We're installing the dash cam. There we go. It's pretty weird. So they got some protective film thing on the back and on the face of the camera. We're just going to take those off. Yo, this is the lightest camera I've ever come across. See this?
Cheap.
It's not cheap. It's like $30 something.
Expensive camera is like $2,000.
It does the job. Really
1080p?
Yeah. Alright, so installation wise, you get the car charger thingy. Like I said, it comes with a pretty long cable. I measured it myself. It was just over 10 feet. So that's pretty long. The idea is you're supposed to be able to run the wire or the cable, I guess, hide it in such a way so it can run from here, go up the side of your windscreen, probably along the dash or something like that, and end up back somewhere up top here. So it will go somewhere back up top here. Yeah, so we're gonna get that set up. Alright, so remember I was telling you guys that it comes with an inbuilt battery. Unfortunately, the inbuilt battery doesn't count for nothing at all, actually, because it doesn't work without being connected to a power source. The inbuilt battery's only purpose is to ensure that if the car does shut off, there's enough battery in there to allow the camera to save whatever video it was currently taking. So let's say anywhere off here should be good. And then you just flip the lever up. That pretty much does that. There we go. Alright, so we finally got it to work. Figuring out how to format the memory card wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. But it's up and running, so we'll show you some footage from that when we're through. We're about to go test drive this car, and while we're test driving the car, we'll be test driving the dash cam as well. So, yeah. Alright, so we're back off the streets, we're done testing, and we gotta say, this cam is pretty decent. And for $40 for this piece of... For $40 for this lovely piece of equipment, it gets the job done. Whew. Need a break. Can I take a break? Let's take a break. Alright, so on this show, we assess and score most things using the following categories: build quality, specs, functionality, and usability. Each category will have a score out of 5, after which we'll average each of the scores for one final rating, again, out of 5. So let's start off with the build. Now, build-wise, the build quality of dashcam gets a 3 out of 5 for me. Now that's mostly because I literally feel at any given point in time, I could possibly break this without trying too hard. However, the aesthetics and style of the build is nice, sleek looking, and it's pretty light. The thing is, I just can't get over that cheap plasticky feel that it kind of has to it. It doesn't really sit well with me. But for $40, it's not bad. And I mean, what else could I have expected? Specs wise, I wasn't overly impressed. But for the low price of $40, the specs on this dash cam gets a 4 out of 5. Now this is simply because we paid under $50 for the thing. And I mean, you can only expect so much and no more from a camera that costs less than $50 when you're talking about specs. The quality of the videos recorded doesn't really come across as a video recorded in 1080p HD. However, they will serve their purpose well enough. The videos are reasonably clear, especially during daytime recording, and for the most part, I can make out the critical information and details. I did, however, struggle to read license plate numbers. And the last I checked, I had 20/20 vision, so I don't know. Anyways, from a functionality perspective, the camera gets a solid 4 out of 5 for me. Now the camera does what it's supposed to do, and it does it well. It will lose a few stripes for the nighttime recording, however, and I guess my gross is that it boasted to be really well recorded at night, but I wasn't really impressed by the quality, so yeah. Additionally, the internal battery that comes with the camera does not support self-operation, which means that it has to stay plugged in for long-term or consistent use. Now finally, the usability. Now in this category, I gave it a 3 out of 5. And here are my reasons. I'll start with all the positives. Now, the USB cable, this thing, it's just over 10 feet long. Yes, I measured it. And that's my only positive. Okay, so the negatives. Now it lost marks because of how confusing it was to operate the menu, especially in the beginning. When I was trying to set it up, I mean, it could just be me, but to be honest, I'm fairly stupid on most days, and I still kind of feel like they could have made the GUI a little bit simpler and the navigation a little bit easier to work its way through. Additionally, the range of motion is, in my opinion, fairly limited, but this is primarily the case when using the windshield clamp. When I use the dashboard clamp, which by the way I managed to fix and it's no longer all loose up here, it does offer a little bit more motion, but I wasn't really enthused about it. There is one fix to that, however. Buy more than one. Overall, I think based on everything, the dashcam deserves the score that we're going to give it, which is a respectable 3.5 out of 5. If you're looking for a budget dashcam to just, take decent footage and pretty much support any claims that you may have, we actually wouldn't have a problem recommending this one. Now, of course, you can search around online and definitely find better, but it'll all depend on what you're looking for and ultimately how much you're looking to spend. Sidebar, if you're the type of person to make those not so publicized movements, then you're probably going to need to plug the USB cable out before the movement or delete the footage after. Just in case, somebody like your partner, checks it. Alright, so that's it. We're done. But we got one more piece of business that we need to take care of, which is the giveaway. Alright, so we're going to give away this dashcam to one of our viewers, and here's how you qualify for the giveaway. First, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell as well. Secondly, like the video. And last but not least, comment in the comment section below, and that's it. You automatically have a chance to win this dashcam for free. One more thing. I kind of need to see at least 10,000 views on this video, so you might want to go ahead and share it as well, because if you don't hit 10,000 views, then it's going to be very hard for me to give it away, I think. Oh, and you can also comment in the comment section below and tell me what I should review next. I mean, we are going to try and give it to you anyways, so there's probably a good idea for you to do. Until next time, I'm Mike. Peace.